myself. I'm Brittany. I'm your chamber manager. We want to welcome you all to the 2023 chamber banquet. We know that y'all have very busy schedules, and so we just want to thank y'all for coming out. We have a big night planned. Jordan Robert Kirk is here, and so we'll be dancing later. But first, we would like to ask Scott Miller to come up and to bless our food and bless our evening.
Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Put your hands, please. Thank you. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we gather today. We are so blessed in this earth, in this community, that you're in our lives, Lord. Thank you for this town, and what can do, how we can bless you, Lord. We want to go out and we want to serve you, Lord. We want to thank you for your Son, who made the ultimate sacrifice and died and rose again for us, Lord. Please gather us together as we seek your will. Dear Lord, in Jesus' name we pray.
Thank you, Scott. Right now we want to say thank you to recognize some people that made tonight possible. Rhonda at the Desert Road, she's back there. And like I said earlier, Jet and Louie and Marilla with Jetfire Barbecue. Leo's Restaurant and United Supermarket for the dessert. And you'll get finished with your food, you can dig into that. If you don't want them, we'll eat them. XL Energy, Jordan Robert Kirk, Shelby Brewster for the photograph. She's the one that will be taking pictures. Gil Reynolds, as always, up there. Everybody wave at Gil. Never done. And Dan Borwick. He's gonna MC our award ceremony here in a little bit. So let's give them all around us a applause. And now I'd like to introduce you to our Chamber Board of Directors. We have our President, John Villalba. You'll stand. John Villalba, if you'll stand, he's our President. Vice President, Jackson Myers. Secretary, Wandy Blackwell. As a Chamber of Commerce, our mission is to promote and support our local businesses, sustain a positive business environment, and to preserve and improve the quality of life for our residents of Muleshoe. We are working hard to make sure we do all these things plus more. We have had a lot of changes in 2022 and the beginning of 2023. All for a better way to serve you all, this community, and our businesses. We got 2 new directors. We launched a new website. We moved to the Muleshoe Heritage Center. And we are collaborating with outside chambers to get ideas and just build off of each other. It's been really good, and it's just a great way to better serve you all. We have more events that we've added to the schedule, and we've collaborated with other clubs in Muleshoe to have community events. We want to keep Muleshoe home, and we want to bring people here to enjoy what we have. We have plans to resurrect old events and create new ones. We hope you will all join us in this effort. Let's give our board of directors a round of applause. So right now I'd like to bring John Villalba. He's our president. John is in his second year as president of our chamber. He has served on other chambers, which gives him a lot of experience and a fresh new take on things. We are glad that he and his family decided to lay down roots here and call Muleshoe home.
I hope you can hear me pretty good because I feel like there's some things I'd like to mention tonight. I'm not going to be very long because Brittany wanted me to, like last year, she wanted me to write a speech and all that, and I just don't write speeches. I just can't. I just can't. I'm sorry, but I just kind of shoot off the hip. But I did go ahead and jot some things down on my phone this evening, this afternoon, mainly because I need to make sure that when you do shoot from the hip, it's calculated, you know, because if you don't, then sometimes that turns bad. But like Brittany said, I'd like to thank y'all for coming this evening. She introduced the board members that we have here, and like I said, we got some new additions, which I think are great additions to the existing board members that we already had. And one of the things that I'm sure makes Brittany's life a lot easier is having other board members to serve alongside with me who are passionate, have diverse beliefs and ideas about what they think should be done through the chamber to not only encourage growth and foster the businesses that we have existing in Muleshoe, but also what we can do for the public to be more recognizable as a chamber that's doing those things. And so I really appreciate the board for bringing that to the table so that we can discuss some of those things and make some ideas happen, so to speak. I do tell a lot of stories sometimes when I'm giving little speeches, only because that's the best way for me to make it make sense. And so I'm going to talk about a board member that we have. He is not in attendance tonight, and he wouldn't mind if I picked on him a little bit on things, but Mr. Miles James came onto our board, and Miles is, to me, no matter what, he will always be to me the cakewalk king. And I really don't know if that is on his job resume, if that's a skill of his, but one way or another, we found out that he loves to do cakewalks. And as crazy and kind of funny as that may sound, it's amazing what a simple little activity that we can have at every event that we have, whether it's 4th of July or Halloween or Christmas or whatever it may be, can be so engaging for the community. You know, every one of us, if you think about it, has been to a cakewalk. Every one of us. If you haven't, you're probably not going to raise your hand because you don't want to be that person, you know, but everybody has been to a cakewalk, and Miles has figured out how to run a cakewalk with 100% accuracy. And it's kind of neat because those are the small town type activities that sometimes we have to tap back into to get the public's attention and to bring them back, you know, right back to the center, so we can remind them that we are trying to foster small town economics, business relationships, personal relationships, and sometimes we do it through a cakewalk. So, you know, you see Miles next week, whatever, pat him on the back for being the cakewalk king. I'm going to talk to you about some of the other board members real quick too. As you understand, when she talked about who is on the board, the representatives we have on board are from different facets of the community. We have people who work for the schools. We have people who are in private business. We have people who are from Muleshoe. We have people who aren't from Muleshoe. We have people who have chosen to continue to carry on family legacies through business in Muleshoe. So we get all sorts of different ideas. And it's really fun to sit in those meetings sometimes and sit on the end of that table and just let them discuss and let them talk. Because believe me, no matter what anybody thinks or thinks they know, the decisions that those folks are making in those boardroom meetings are decisions that I feel like they're doing it from the very bottom of their heart for the best of Muleshoe, and that's really cool. So give them a round of applause one more time for that. So if you were here last year, you may recall that the theme that we had was Ride for the Brand. And that was the theme that came out of discussion through the board, through Brittany, and we latched onto that. And the Ride for the Brand idea really allowed us to remember where we came from and where we're going. And a lot of times, one of the best ways to do that is to ride for the brand. And so, when we rode for the brand and when we continue to ride for the brand, that allowed us to move into a whole new atmosphere almost, so to speak, for what the chamber looks like, where it's even housed, and some of the things that we're doing. And so, we needed complete ownership to be taken by the members, the businesses, community people who might have not wanted to ride for the brand, but they knew that if they rode for the brand, it was hopefully going to lead into something else. And so one of the smallest, but with the largest impacts of Ride for the Brand that actually has taken place is the branding iron auction that we'll do again this year that we had last year. That was an awesome success. And, we didn't just have a branding iron made and a branding iron auctioned off and branding iron all this and that just to have it. We had it so that it would hopefully pay it forward in the future. Now, I'm going to back up real quick to whenever that happened last year, that auction. None of us had any idea what kind of money that was going to make. None of us knew where we were going to use that money. None of us knew anything about it. We just knew that we got a branding iron, we did the auction. It was an astounding success, and we were able to use that to hopefully move forward youth, help them with their goals in the future as they graduate from Muleshoe High School. And that's exactly what we did, and you'll see the fruits of that tonight. So, where am I going with this? So, when we talked about different things, we were doing Ride for the Brand last year, and now it's our town. Okay? And to me, our town means so many different things. It means so many different things. So, case in point, earlier this week, I returned to my hometown for a funeral. And obviously, I like to be at places early, including funerals. Hopefully, I'm at mine early. All right? So anyway, we get there early, and mainly I was with my mother and an uncle, and we were driving through our hometown, or my hometown, not their hometown, theirs different, but my hometown. And I purposely drove down streets that I probably didn't drive down in high school. If I did, it was late at night and it was fast. Okay, but we drove through downtown. We drove through by the park. We drove by so-and-so's house. I wanted to see if his mother still lived there. And so, in a 30-minute drive through my hometown, I was able to see the progress that had been made since 1996. I'll age myself real quick. The things that have changed, the old buildings that are torn down, the old buildings that are refurbished, oh my gosh, the Slayton Bakery moved over here, the grocery store's over here, and good gosh, look at that nice city park and all this stuff. And so, it really gave me a lot of pride saying, I'm from here. And so as we went to the funeral and left and everything, it was just still a memory, but it's a good memory. And I was so glad for all the people who come since I left and have decided to make Slayton their hometown, and they now call it our town, and they have used that to progress their town into whatever the vision is that they have to make it a prosperous place for themselves, their businesses, their families, their children, whatever that may be. I was proud that someone has rode for the brand in that town and has made it their town. And so, as I look at Muleshoe, I'm just a small little piece, just a little bitty sliver of the people here in Muleshoe. And, we talk about our town. And so, when I was sitting down and jotting down some notes about this, I thought, what kind of remarks do you give about our town? Those are two very, very simple words. Matter of fact, if you look up the word town, I didn't know this, and hopefully Wikipedia did not lie, so I thought it was a cool fact. It said that the word town is the oldest word in the English language. Crazy. Maybe someone should go fact check that for me, but that is so neat to me, is that town is the oldest word in the English language. Okay? So with that being said, if that's the oldest word in English language, that word has probably stayed the same for all these years, but the meaning of that word and the details of that word have continued to evolve throughout the years. So when you look up the definition of town, oh my gosh, there's so many different words of what town means. You know, you can talk to the Dutch, and town to them was a fortified place. You talk to English, and it was pretty much the same thing, you know, like with a moat around it. You know, you talk to some other nationalities, it might be a hedge or everything had a fence around it, okay? But whatever the meaning was, it never has changed what the word means. So how does that relate to Muleshoe? Muleshoe is not just my town or his town or his town, it's our town. So I want you at some point to go home, think about that, and ask yourself, what does our town mean to me? What does that mean to me? Not me, what does it mean to me? Okay? Here's what it means to me. Our town is our churches, our school, our doctors, our memories, our loved ones, our businesses, our etc., etc., etc. It's all those little bitty things that makes our town different than someone else's our town. It's what makes Muleshoe special because it's our town. It's our churches, our doctors, our schools. It's our town. That's what it means to me. I'm hoping that in other towns, when they talk about our town, you know, it might just be their school colors. It might just be their one stoplight. It might just be whatever is theirs is theirs. But in Muleshoe, we have the distinct opportunity to recognize that what we have in Muleshoe is second to none. I mean, why do people want to come here? Why do people want to stay here? What is drawing people to Muleshoe? And it only takes people that aren't from here to move here or to come and get a taste of here to understand about what is so special about here. So our town is special. The Chamber's job in that whole thing is to help make our town even better than it was before. And that's the basic definition to me. You know, I'm just going to give a little sneak peek into, I was talking about our school, and I see Dr. Richard right here. I'm going to tell you something I haven't told you. When we interviewed our scholarship applicants, okay, all high school seniors, great group of kids, were very well prepared, and we asked them some questions that I don't think I'd want to be asked if I was senior in high school. I would not be prepared for the questions that we asked. But I told the group, I said, we've got to ask questions that are going to engage the very depth of their cognitive thinking. I want a brain cell to kick off and it be used like they've never used it before. And so the question, I thought was a really good question. I think Jackson did too, and Miles. The question was, if you could name one thing that helped you more than anything else in your 4 years of high school, what would that be? One thing. Of all the things. And I thought that I had these kids duped. I thought that I had them right where I wanted them. Because, you know, the 17, 18-year-old answer could be anything, right? And all of those kids, every single one of them, I'm not kidding, every single one of them said, my teacher, every one of them. That's cool. That gives me the heebie-jeebies a little bit because my dad was an administrator, my mother was in it, my wife's in it, I know all the people in it. Somebody talk Jackson? Give them a round of applause if you're in here. You know? Anyway, that's a good one. So that it didn't give me the heat, it gave me the goosebumps. It made my blood kind of come down, so I thought, now this is a small sliver. 8 kids have just told us one after another that the number one thing that helped them more than anything else to be prepared to walk out those doors and hit the big wide world is the teachers. That's the greatest answer ever. That goes back to our town. Those are our teachers, our schools, our kids. So as I reverted to earlier, this is our town. This is not just his town or her town. And I think we have to be careful when we do that. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. Everybody's entitled to what they think of as their town. And so I saw a deal that I really liked. This is not a political thing at all. The man, I think, he was a politician, and this is a great quote that he made. And it said, "We have become not a melting pot, but a beautiful mosaic. Different people, different beliefs, different hearings, different hopes, different dreams." And to me, that is our town. And that was wrote by Jimmy Carter. So tonight, I'm going to close with this. As you sit, we get to recognize the accomplishments of the many people in Muleshoe this year, and the students. We get to give some scholarships out and do another branding iron auction and have a good time. If you get a minute, just think about what our town needs to use. That's all it is. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Ms. Hall. Over the past couple months, we've been taking nominations for our annual awards. We got a 20. Narrowing it down was really hard, and then picking one from every category was even harder. I'm just the chamber manager, therefore I should vote, and I'm so glad I did it. So sometimes I want to cry, I don't want to vote, but no. Every single nomination was so different, all so deserving. We have invited all of the nominees to be recognized because they are a true representation of what Muleshoe is and who Muleshoe is. We are so excited to recognize and honor these people this evening. Y'all don't have to listen to me anymore for a little bit, so we're going to ask Dan Borwick. If y'all don't know him, y'all need to stick around and meet Dan. He is with Rock Courageous Leadership. You might have seen him with a costume on. I was kind of hoping you would wear it. That's okay. He's going to help us out with our awards this evening, so thank you.
All right, everybody good? We're going to talk a little loud today. I'm okay with that because I'm a kid guy. And I'm in front of a lot of kids, and you know, kids leak. Every time I come out of the tumbling gym, I got stuff on my pants and my clothes because I didn't know a 3-year-old had that much snot. So those of you who are parents and grandparents and your kids are not here right now, enjoy the moment. So I want to do something fun real quick because I'm a kid guy and some of you need to laugh a little bit and have a little bit of fun because you know, as adults we don't do that enough. We don't laugh enough. We don't smile enough because you know life is hard. And so I want to do something fun. And every time I do this, wherever I go, it rains within 24 hours. That's a lie. But it sounded good. So here's what we're going to make some rain in here, and then I'm going to give you a positive life stance when it comes to rain. You guys ready? Everyone's got to participate or leave. Kidding. So here we go. We're going to start doing exactly what I'm doing. When you get really, really quiet, we're going to start on this side over here. And when I make my way this way, then you all just kind of like the wave, and then you all pick up what I'm doing and just follow. You guys ready? On this side over here. Here we go. It's not that weird. Look up. Smile. Okay, now look up here. It's like the girl, 8 years old. She walked to school every day and back home. This particular day, the mom is getting the afternoon. She saw some clouds building. She thought, it's going to rain. My daughter's walking home from school. I need to go get her. As she gets in the car, it starts pouring, lightning, thunder. She's nervous. She drives. She follows the route where her daughter is walking home. And she sees her daughter blocks away. And her daughter, every time it lightens, her daughter keeps stopping, looking up like you just did, and smiling. Weird. She gets closer. She does it again. Boom. She thought drugs. Kidding. So she gets closer. She pulls up. She says, get in the car, sweetheart. The girl jumps in. She says, sweetheart, why did you keep stopping and smiling? She said, Mom, God was taking my picture. That is a positive life stance. So when it does rain, the next time it rains, within 24 hours, you all need to look up wherever you are and just smile. And people will say, drugs. Say no to drugs. But do it anyway, because that's what Muleshoe is about. I'm excited to be here. We're going to honor several people today in businesses. So one of the things that I stress with kids and when I talk to them is, wherever you are, just be all the way there. And that's hard in our culture because we're all busy and we all got stuff, we're thinking about stuff. But it really is important, since you're here and your feet are here, let's just be all here. And when we recognize people and businesses, let's just honor them, celebrate them, because we don't do that enough. And that's why we're here. We want to celebrate people in Muleshoe. My wife and I love being here. So the first award we're going to give out today is Man of the Year. This award is given annually to a deserving man in the community right here who is nominated by peers for his outstanding contributions to businesses, organizations, and the citizens of Muleshoe through volunteering, service, and donation of material resources. So, when I call your name, these are the nominees, I would ask that you stand, and let's hold our applause till all of them are standing. Nominees for Man of the Year for Muleshoe. Kenneth Henry, please stand. Scott Miller. Carol Procure. Chad Bell. Dr. R.L. Richards. Jesus Tovar. Terry Steinbock. Let's give them all a hand. The 2023 Man of the Year for Muleshoe, Terry Steinbock. Terry is at a wedding. It's not his wedding. I do want to read about Terry. When asked about Terry, you will hear these following words. Awesome, happy, genuine, joyful, servant's heart, kind, man of God, always willing to help. Terry has been a part of the community his whole life. He has always been so generous to help anyone in need. He and his wife, Judy, have raised an amazing family right here in our community. His business has been thriving for over 10 years, and that's a testament to the type of hard worker and man that Terry is. And tonight, on behalf of Terry accepting his award, will be Brittany. So, Brittany made mention that I have this Rockman suit, it's a superhero suit, and so I did stuff in the schools with Rockman, and every kid, since I've done the RL, you'll like this, every kid in the community that I see, and I see him every week because of our Valley Studio and stuff, and every time I see him, I say, hey, wise up! Without a doubt, they say, don't pick it up. And we're talking about vaping, and drugs, and bad attitude. Where they say to me, hey, don't pick it up. And I say, wise up. But I had a kid at the United store, just a little guy, I probably went to Dillman, and he says, you're rock band. I said, no, I'm not. I said, I work for rock band. This is exactly what he said. You're a liar! So I hit him. No, in my mind. So we're going to do Woman of the Year right now. And this award is given annually to a deserving woman right here in the Muleshoe community who is nominated by peers for her outstanding contributions to businesses, organizations, and the citizens of Muleshoe through volunteering, service, and donation of material resources. So I'm going to read the nominees, and if you're here, please stand, and we'll all applaud when everyone's standing. The nominees for Woman of the Year: Zana Carpenter, Rose Arzola, Terry Markle, Laura Wallace, Letty Tovar, Abby Mays, Gabby Newton, Lisa Wallen, Cindy Bessire. Let's all give them a big hand. The 2023 Woman of the Year here in Muleshoe is Cindy Bessire. Stay right up here, Cindy. So brag about it. Stop. Mrs. Bessire has raised the level of education at Muleshoe High School. Under Mrs. Bessire, Muleshoe High was rated an A school by the Texas Education Agency. Her passion for students also landed another prestigious award to Muleshoe High School. The United States Department of Education awarded Cindy Bessire and Muleshoe High School the Ultimate Education Award, the National Blue Ribbon School Award. She was also named at the Texas Classroom Teachers Award Principal of the Year. Due to Cindy Bessire's ability to encourage both students and staff to set high expectations for all, analyze student data trends, set curriculum strategies, and demand high levels of instruction in the classroom, Muleshoe High has soared high this year. She has brought notoriety to the town of Muleshoe by improving the level of education and bringing honor to our great city. Congratulations, Cindy Bessire. Next, we have the Youth of the Year Award here in Muleshoe. This award is given to any youth, grades 9 to 12, who exemplify a servant's heart while maintaining a proper attitude towards fellow students and citizens in the community. These youth are nominated by school staff and others involved with youth. So if you're here today, when I call your name, would you please stand and we'll applaud when you're all standing. The nominees for Youth of the Year right here in Muleshoe: Riley Clifton, Abby Jones, Macy Morris, Tate Shipman, Jonathan Valencia. Let's give them a hand. The 2023 Youth of the Year right here in Muleshoe is Tate Shipman. Tate has lived in Muleshoe almost his whole life. He's been a part of many organizations and extracurricular activities such as football, basketball, tennis. Tate's been a joy to everyone he comes in contact with. Love that stash. It has been said that he's a great kid. He has so much personality, brings the fun and excitement, and gets everyone pumped up, basketball and football. We are proud to have had a small part in Tate's life as he prepares to start his next chapter. Tate, we wish you the best. Let's give him a big hand. Next, we have of the Year. The Business of the Year award is given to a member business who goes above and beyond their customers, whether that be through prompt, fair service, high customer satisfaction, or promotion of the Muleshoe economy to others. Please stand when I call your name, and we will applaud when everyone is standing. The nominees for Business of the Year right here in Muleshoe are as follows: Tireworks, Red Cardinal Coffee Company, Shipman's Body Shop, Mohawk Auto, United Supermarkets, Revive Salon, SC Bar and Grill. Let's give them a hand. The 2023 Business of the Year is Tireworks. It's Chris Collick, founded Tireworks in Hereford, Texas in November 1997. He owned and operated the store for almost 20 years before selling to his two sons, Glenn and Philip, in 2015. Chris built Tireworks around strong ethical values and always valuing customers like family. Tireworks expanded its service by adding stores in Farwell, Muleshoe, and Pampa. Billy May, store manager, is here to accept the Tireworks award. Let's give him a hand. Next, we have Employee of the Year. This award is given annually to an employee of a member business who meets and exceeds expectations to make the customer first. This employee's work ethic, attitude, and commitment to their business shines bright every time you come in contact with them. The Employee of the Year personifies the best of Muleshoe employees. Please stand when you hear your name, and we'll applaud when everyone is standing. The nominees for Employee of the Year here in Muleshoe are as follows: Angie Lewis, Nelsie Mesa, Vicki Gonzales, Chad Bell. The 2023 Employee of the Year is Vicki Gonzales. If you've ever walked into Leal's, Vicki will be one of the many happy faces that will greet you at the door. She has worked there for over 10 years and quickly became part of the Leal family and has added so much to the restaurant. She loves Leal's guests as if they were her own family. She puts in long hours, works hard, and I like this one, she never complains. She's a joy to work with and to have as an employee. Congratulations, Vicki, 2023 Employee of the Year. The Ag Family of the Year. Muleshoe's economy relies on the local agriculture community as it serves as a main hub of production and commerce right here in the area. This award is given to a family who is actively engaged in major facets of crop and livestock production in and around Bailey County, and whose valuable products affect citizens worldwide. Please stand when you hear your name called, and we will acknowledge you when everyone is standing. The nominees for Ag Family of the Year in Muleshoe: Joel and Madeline Hettinga, Brent Nelson, Landon Nichols, J.D. There we go. y'all hear me cussing up here? In my mind. So I'm going to read the names again. The nominees for Ag Family of the Year: Joel and Madeline Hettinga, Brent Nelson, Landon Nichols, JD J. Chris Cage family. The 2023 Ag Family of the Year, right here on your Muleshoe, Joel and Madeline Hettinga. Joel and Madeline Hettinga moved to the area more than 10 years ago. That's when they hit their growth spurt. They are part of the local dairy community to not only provide quality milk products, but to also support our community. All without any recognition. They have been involved with various organizations throughout the years to better Muleshoe, our schools, and our community culture. We are fortunate that Joel and Madeline call Muleshoe home. Let's give a big hand. Before Brittany comes up, I just want to say, I like to add value wherever I go, and sometimes I don't do a very good job of that, but something just, you have one of those defining moments in your life, and you all are old enough to just, some of you have more than others. So I'm at the tumbling gym, and I'm trying to help kids. This will help you because we all go through hard stuff. Because life is just hard. It's like a series of problems, and we just have to learn to be problem solvers. And so I'm at the tumbling gym, and we started instituting some soundtracks to really, so kids can kind of change their way of thinking. And I put this rock out, this big rock, at our tumbling gym, and I was telling all the kids, hey, you do hard things. And I just want that just kind of roll around in their head like a soundtrack over and over again. We call it wise tracks. I do hard things. And I put the rock by the door as they're leaving. I said, every time you leave the tumbling gym, you have to slap the rock, or they like it when I say spank the rock. You got to spank the rock, not the baby, the rock. And you got to say, I do hard things. Because that's what kids say. It's too hard. Adults say that too. But kids, it's too hard. Math is too hard, teacher. It's just too hard. So I'm trying to get to the change of thinking. I do hard things. So 2 weeks ago, I had a kid. He comes into the tumbling gym ready to tumble. And it's a foster kid. He's been here about a year. And when he got to Muleshoe, there was his 6th school in 1 year. I think 4th family he'd been living with. And when kids come in, they're always like, Coach Rock, watch me. This kid walks in and says, Coach Rock, I got something for you. That scares me sometimes when the kid says that. I said, well, hold on, man, I'll be right there. So I finally make my way over there. And he gives me this. And I've been carrying it with me every day. He got his own rock. And he said, I do hard things. I said, hey man, that's awesome. I said, you need to put that where you can see it. He said, no, it's for you. And I'm saying it's for you. Our community, we do hard things. You as a parent, you do hard things. In your business, you do hard things. And it can be hard, and you can acknowledge, this is hard, it's really hard, but I do hard things. Some of you have lost loved ones this year. That's hard. And I'm here to challenge you today, to let that play in your mind. I do hard things. Muleshoe does hard things. My business does hard things. My family, we do hard things. 2 hours before tonight, And I didn't know if Angela Richards was in here, because I know she lost her dad recently, didn't she? So I get a phone call from my brother, and my dad had a massive, not a brain tumor, stroke. And they rushed him to the hospital 2 hours ago. They're in Memphis. So I'm about ready to go over there. And I pulled out this cross that he made me. He's a wood carver. And I carry this with me. Because when you do hard things, and it's so hard, some of you are going through some hard stuff, everybody has a story in here that you're living right now, and it's hard. Your whole life's not hard, but everybody has a story in the moment. And man, this is hard, whether it's your kids, whatever, business. But here's the one thing I know. God lives in the darkness of our lives, and He shines. And He brings people across your path, because we are light to shine in darkness. So if you're in a dark place right now and it's hard, let me tell you, you do hard things, knowing that you're not alone, because He lives in darkness. So go do hard things.
Okay, so last year we started a new tradition, and if you were here last year, you'll remember this. When we were planning this new tradition last year, we thought this was going to be the best thing. John kind of touched on it a little bit, but we thought this was going to be the best thing ever. We're going to give back to our community. We're going to help our kids. This is going to be great. So last year we had it. What we didn't know is that it could have potentially broke up a family. We had the auction, and Starla Ellis and Cole kind of got into it. So in planning the banquet this year, we thought long and hard, like, do we continue this? Because it got really last year. And after long discussions, a lot of thinking, we decided we didn't care if it broke up your family, we would keep on doing this. So that's what we're going to do. So, Colt Ellis, he was our first annual Ride for the Branding Iron Auction winner. The money was then turned into scholarships for this year's seniors. We put applications out to Muleshoe High School, and we picked 8 out of those applications. We picked 7 out of those applications, and then we interviewed them. And I just have to say, whatever y'all are doing at high school is these kids are impressive. Like John said earlier, if they would have asked me those questions now, I would run out of the room. So they will receive a $500 scholarship. We want to recognize those students tonight. We've invited them here. And so when your name is called, if you will come up here to receive your award and your scholarship. Michaela Hasselhoff. Zabri Hasselhoff. Jaslyn Aguirre. And Keelana Burdell. just want you to remember those adorable faces when we start the auction. So John is going to come up here and tell us how this auction works. Last year, so Cole got to keep this branding iron for a whole year, and he displayed it very proudly at Ellis Funeral Home. Every time I went in there, it was on me. Very nice and pretty. So John?
I'm not the auctioneer. I just want to get that clear. I can be if we need to, but it probably won't work very good. We do have an auctioneer in-house, actually, so we'll let him do that. But like I said earlier, the branding iron auction is something that we started last year, and you guys got to see the fruits of the labor of that deal in a very quick fashion. That happened a year ago today, and so congratulations to you, all 4 of y'all that got scholarships. We would like for that to grow, but it's nice to know that y'all are the inaugural winners of that scholarship, and so we hope that our little contribution to your future will help you in ways that we don't even understand. And so, just thinking back through the interview process and reading some of y'all's applications, we had a big decision to make because those kids, and they're all girls, so let's encourage the senior boys to get involved next year too. But all these were girls, nothing against that, but they are the highest of the high achievers that Muleshoe has, every one of them. So, reading through their applications, and we're doing interviews with them, and I think at one point it was, how much money can we give them? Can we give one to everybody? And that's where we're at. And so, you 4 were the ones that made it to the top, and we're proud of y'all. And if there's anything that we can do as a Chamber of Commerce for any of you ever in the future, you just let us know. We'd be more than happy to help you get to where you want to be. And, I used to think that this was a cliche that I would hear when I was a graduating senior. I don't know if they still have yearbooks. Do they still have yearbooks today? So, used to, we had yearbooks that people signed. I guess they still do that. So, one of the things that used to be in the front cover of every one of my yearbooks was Reach for the Stars. Follow your dreams. And that sounds really cliche, but still good. Thurman? I'm going to have Thurman come up here and do this auction. So, the branding iron auction obviously benefits, its direct benefit is the scholarship that we give out. And so, that winner of that scholarship gets to display that in their business or their home or wherever it may be for the year. We ask that you bring it back next year. You can buy it multiple years. There's no limit on the amount of times you can buy it. There's also no limit on the amount of times you can raise your arm to buy it. So make sure you keep those 2 things in mind as Thurman comes up here and tries to sell this thing to you guys. Now, does anybody here?
Jim, I'll sit on your board.
I said he had a rough day, and he knew a guy that could do it for us. So anyway, Thurman, we thank Thurman for his volunteering his voice and his throat for us. He hasn't done anything all day, I'm sure, but sell a whole bunch of sheep and goats and hogs. But we just want him to sell one more thing. That's it. Hopefully, this one item will bring kind of the way the market is on some of these animals.
Well, we'll start me off at about 500 at least. Jim?
Go 600, 700, 600, 700, I got over there, 800, 800, what do you give 800 at? 900, 900, 900, 1,000, 1,100, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1700, 1700, 1900, 1900, 2000, 21, 21, who'll be 21? Now we got 2000, we got 2100, 21, all three done, 2100, and 2, 2200, 21 now 2, 2200. Well, that's pretty good, folks. You ought to try to give them a little more. 2200, 22, all three done. So 2100. Good name, Tireworks Pros, Tireworks.
Thank you so much, and you can have it for 1 year, now you can see it's still back. Let's do this again. All right, so, under your placemats, some of y'all have already looked. There's a gold muleshoe. If you have the gold muleshoe, you can take the centerpiece home and plant it. Or give it away. Also, we also want to thank Brittany. You also have banquet seed in its wildflower that is for you to take home and spread all over your yard. And then we promised y'all something, if you brought your tickets tonight, that we would have a drawing. So, we are going to draw for that. So, Tiffany Chavez. Well, thank you all so much for coming. We still have some tea and water. We're about to have some music and dancing, and so we hope you all can stay and join us. If you won an award tonight, or if you got a scholarship tonight, meet us at this stage quickly so we can get your picture, or if you want to come and take your picture with us. So thank you again. Y'all have a great night, and we hope to see you soon.